Hi sir, myself J. Lalit Kumar. My topic is salient features of the Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India has some distinct and unique features as compared to other constitutions in the world. As Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the chairman of the drafting committee, puts it, the famous had tried to accumulate and accommodate the best features of the Indian constitutions, keeping in view of peculiar problems and needs of our country. This is the preamble of our Indian Constitution. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity in our Constitution Assembly. And these are the salient features of the Indian Constitution, namely lengthiest written constitution, rigid and flexible, federal policy, quasi-federal, parliamentary democracy, fundamental rights and fundamental duties, directive principles of state policy, integrated judicial system, independence of judiciary, universal adult franchise. Topic 1. Lengthiest written constitution. In the Constitution of India is the lengthiest written constitution. It was framed in 2 years, 11 months and 18 days by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and his companions. It was adopted on 26 November 1949 and enforced on January 26, 1950. It is the longest written constitution of any sovereign country in the world, containing 465 articles in 25 parts, 12 schedules and 122 amendments, with 1,46,385 words in the English language version. Rigid and flexible. A constitution is called rigid or flexible on the basis of its amending procedure. In the rigid constitution, amendment of the constitution is not like easy in the other constitutions of USA, Switzerland and Australia. The Indian constitution is a combination of rigid and flexibility, which means some parts of it can be amended by the parliament by a simple majority, whereas some parts require a two-third majority as well as not less than one half of the state legislatures. Federal policy. India has a federal structure. In a federation, there are two distinct levels of government: state government and the central government. The state government and central government. There is one government for the whole country, which is a central government, and there is a government for each state unit or state. It is called a state government. The Constitution of India does not use the term federal state, but calls India Union of States. There is a property of distribution of powers between union government and the state government in form of union list, state list, and concurrent list. National defense, foreign policy, issuance of currency are reserved to union list. Public order, local governments, certain taxes are examples of subject of state list. Education, transportation, criminal law are a few subjects of the concurrent list. The upper house of the parliament is called Rajya Sabha and the lower house of the parliament is called Lok Sabha. QuasiFederal. QuasiFederal refers to a government organized similar to a union of states under a central government than the individual governments of the separate base. It means federal setup where, despite having two clear sets of government, central and states, more power are given to the central government, and the supremacy of the judiciary is an essential feature of the federation. Parliamentary form of government. India has a parliamentary form of democracy. This has been adopted from the British system. India has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, in which the president is elected by Rajya Sabha by the members of the Rajya Sabha, and the Prime Minister of India is elected by the people, and it comes under Lok Sabha. The president is head of the state, whereas president has numerous powers, but in practice of Council of Ministers headed by the PM exercise these powers. The president has to act on the advice of Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Fundamental duties. There are 11 fundamental duties. Abide by the constitution and respect national flag. Follow ideals of freedom struggle. Spirit of common brotherhood. Protect sovereignty and integrity of India. Defend the country and render national services when called upon. Preserve composite culture. Preserve natural environment. Develop scientific temper. Safeguard public property. Strive for excellence. Duty of all parents or guardians to send their children in the age group of 6 to 14 years to school. Directive principles of the state policy. The Indian Constitution mentions certain directive principles of the state policy, which comes under the Article 36 to 51. It is adopted from the Irish Constitution. It perfectly aims on establishing a welfare state in India, whereas there will be no constitution of wealth in the hands of you, and it also ensures social and economic justice toward people. Single integrated judicial system. India has a single integrated judicial system in which Supreme Court comes under top, and high courts and other lower courts, which follows the uh, judicial system of the Supreme Court. It is like a pyramid with lower courts as base, higher courts in the middle, and the Supreme Court at the top. Secularism. The constitution makes India a secular state. But India is the country where all religions are accepted. There is no prohibition to to a person in case of a religion. Independence of judiciary. The constitution provides an independent judiciary which ensures the government is carried in accordance with the provisions of the constitution and act as a guardian of the liberties. The Indian Constitution protects the citizens from any partial judgment, and this gives the power to the judiciary to make decisions based on the rules of the law. Single citizenship. Usually in a federal state, citizen enjoy double citizenship, but in India there is only single citizenship. He or she is not a citizen of constitution like others. But in India, there is only single citizenship, which means that every citizen of India is a citizen of India, irrespective of the place of his or her residence or place of birth. Universal adult franchise. Indian democracy functions on the persons of one person, one vote, in which there is the every citizen of India who is 18 years of age or above is entitled to vote in elections, irrespective of caste, sex, race, religion, or status. Special provisions for minorities. There are some special provisions given to the minorities, like scheduled castes, scheduled tribes. Basically, those are some of the interesting features of Indian Constitution. Emergency provisions. The Constitution has extraordinary powers known as emergency powers in the present during emergencies out of armed rebellion. There are three types of emergency: emergency caused by war, external aggression, or armed rebellion; emergency arising out of failure of constitutional machinery in states; financial emergency. These are the salient features of Indian constitutions. Thank you.